Hey Brian, I absolutely love your style of just using code. It's made it so much more fun to build this app that I'm working on now. And I love that everything is kind of in one place and I don't have to go bouncing around to the storyboard and back to the code. But I was wondering if you've tried a couple of things. Number one, why not use this thing called PaintCode? Then you don't have to keep dragging stuff to the assets folder. So in other words, if you're using Photoshop, which I think you do, you don't have to export it, go to Finder, drag it into assets. I just tried out this thing called PaintCode. I said, hey, if I'm doing everything in code, why not do the images in code as well? And so, for example, here I have this. Let me just go back over to my simulator here. I have Albert here with a red tongue. If I decide I want him to have an orange tongue, all I have to do is come over to here and let's get an orange color, drag it into his tongue there, change the fill there to orange, and then I just have to re-export my style sheet. So just hit Command R. And now I go back over to Xcode and run. And this takes a little while to load because I have this big MathJax folder in here. So I'll speed this up. And now I have an orange tongue instead of a red tongue, never exporting any images or copying them into the assets folder. Works really well with tabs and stuff too, and allows you to do fancy things like create variables, like whether they're selected or not, and see it fills these in by using expressions and setting the tab color and the different strokes and stuff, and I can just toggle this back and forth and I pass that through as a parameter. Then the other things I was wondering why I never see you use in your tutorials that I didn't really know how they worked, but I was just doing some more research for this project, and that is size classes and stacks. I love the way you lay out things, but it seems like it's pretty tedious, and if you do those in a stack, it's very easy. So for example, here, if I rotate this to the left, all of this stuff is in a stack, and then these two items are in a stack. So now when I rotate, and I use size classes, so let me go to the base controller here. So when the trait collection changed, I say update the UI, and I just changed that main stack axis from horizontal to vertical, and I gave a little bit more spacing in the horizontal way. And so laying out these stacks are a lot easier, in my opinion. See, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements, and I really don't have to give constraints to all of those elements, just the ones that I need to. So for example, I just build this label stack, put all of these things in this label stack, the congrats label, tomorrow, the or label, and that add now button, and I say, hey, make that a vertical stack, give it spacing of 10, translate whatever to false, and the distribution to fill. And then I build the big stack with that Albert image and that label stack. And then really the only things I need to give constraints to is I want this Albert image to be 150 by 100 all the time. And I want this stack to be centered in this view. And that's pretty much it. Oh, I had to do this label stack to 300. Otherwise, it would do ... or give too many rows to this thing. But that's it. So I don't have to really give anchors to each individual one of these labels. Just have to pretty much give it to the stacks, and then sometimes individual little things like, for example, this image in there. So I'm just curious about your thoughts on that. Can't wait to see the new Twitter series that I see that you're about to do, and keep doing the work that you do, man. Love it. Thanks.